You can't go out and buy a fucking Uzi.
That's true. Like, we do have a limit.
Like chaos. A beehive after the baseball bat, a broken Ferris wheel. At 8, I was diagnosed a disaster, an incurable catastrophe, an unrepentant shit disturber. I was the kid you did not want in your class. You know, the one who couldn't sit still, couldn't do the drill, didn't fit the bill, never would, never will, until I got the chill pill. Ritalin. Now we're fitting in, paying attention, listening better than it's been. Let's not pretend it's a solution. It's not. Just the best we got because the system shot. Having attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is like living inside a violently disobedient clock. Seconds slowing into forever. Then jumping into overdrive. Warp 8, warp 9, warp 10. Mr. Scott, I need more. Aye, Captain, but I'm afraid she'll blow. Having ADHD is like being an exclamation mark in a world of commas. It's telling the cop, go f*** yourself. Because the dial on my rage diminisher is malfunctioning. It's tuning out my wife who's sitting right in front of me. Because the fly on the ceiling is walking backwards. And I forgot to call my mom, who was a terrible cook, but I didn't care. I ate so fast, food barely touched my taste buds. I don't know why they call them buds anyway. It's not like they become flowers, or friends, or beer. I remember the first time I took Ritalin. My mental merry-go-round began to slow down. And everyone suddenly started speaking human. But by then, I found my own ways to cope. I went to 5 different high schools, failed every class except gym, drama, and dope smoking. Math was like studying advanced theoretical Klingon, like bungee jumping off the back of a pickup truck. I still don't speak numbers. My adolescent mind was a paper plane in the palm of a hurricane. And ultimately, the only thing school ever taught me was that I wasn't good enough to make the grade. I know my attention fluctuates, but when love calls my name, I focus like the Hubble. I can see God's fingerprints on every flower petal. I remember the cut, color, and texture of that dress you wore the day we met, the saline sweetness of your sweat, and every switchback curve in your beautiful smile. You say living with me is like having a Swedish death metal band in the basement and a drunk kangaroo in the bedroom.
Dominatrix
but
clap.
although I can't sit still for more than 3 minutes, I still see forever in your eyes. And though sometimes I don't pay attention, I know exactly how much this love is worth. The world disdains the distracted mind. They prefer us focused on our flat screens, too terrified to imagine a world without drones, war zones, or corporate prisons. But my mind is full of visions so breathtakingly beautiful. My God, I wish you could see them too. I may never be normal, but what is normal in a world of infinite variety? And in the quiet backwaters of my mind, I know I am not damaged. Just different. And isn't being different the one thing we all have in common?
You could hear me. Now you can hear me. There
Check
we go.
Check.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm Kevin.
The microphones do stuff. Yeah, my name is Video Vamp, and today is well, I don't know. Kevin's. What? How many years are we on, Kevin?
Oh, fuck. A long time.
Yeah, a very long time. Today is August 13th, 2019, and we are coming to you live from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and stuff. And my house got cleaned, and as such, there's no green screen behind me. I'll totally get to fixing that eventually. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me. Plus, I've been in Roswell, and I've been busy. I've been super, super busy. So
I think it's 16 years.
16 years?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because didn't we start in like 03? Maybe 04?
I don't know. No. It wasn't that. I don't think it's been that long. It's been very close to that long, though. It has been frighteningly close to that long.
Well, see, I was at the Citadel Apartments, so like, yeah, it would have had to have been like 03,
There we go. There's my 2 shot.
maybe 04.
Oh, we forgot your little clamp thing.
It's like 15 or 16, something like that.
It's certainly been a long time. It's been like shockingly a long time. Entirely too long, but what can I say? I love doing this show.
Me too.
Yeah, exactly. It's that moment that I have every week to do something that is completely and totally absurd, like in the very best way.
Now when new people hear us, they're like, wow, you guys are really good. I'm like, yeah, 15
You're
years.
like, yeah, but, it's probably because we've been doing it for so long that
It was pretty good to start with, but
it's
I would like to think that we're a whole lot better now. Like,
it's completely different than it was.
this is true. It used to be just you get drunk and say stuff.
Well, that was so long ago. You realize I haven't... God, when did I quit drinking? It's been well over 10 years, which is, again, like, by itself shocking. But whatever. I mean, the funny thing is I don't miss drinking. Like, at all.
Fortnite world champion Kyle Bugga Giersdorf swatted during live stream.
Nice.
Well, let's explain what swatting is.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
The team who took home $3 million after winning the Fortnite World Cup last month was swatted while streaming the video game from his home. Kyle Bugga Giersdorf, 16, was nearing the end of a match on Saturday in Fortnite Arena Trios when he suddenly abandoned his keyboard. Did he just leave mid-game? Another gamer heard asking. Off camera, Giersdorf was heard speaking with his father, saying, "I've been swatted." Swatting is a harassment tactic in which someone reports an emergency at a perceived enemy or rival's home in order to get police or SWAT teams to respond to the location.
That's not cool.
When Giersdorf eventually returned to the stream, he explained what had happened. "Yeah, I got swatted. Dude, they came in with guns, bro. They literally pulled up. The internet is fucking crazy."
Dude, bro, man, guy, like...
Giersdorf said he was able to defuse the situation so quickly because one of the responding officers lived in the neighborhood and recognized him. Giersdorf told the other players he got lucky. It was not immediately clear who called in the swatting on Giersdorf. NBC News has reached out to Giersdorf for comment on the incident. In a Facebook post, the Upper Pottsgrove Township Police Department said officers were dispatched after a call received about a possible shooting. The caller, pretending to be Giersdorf, claimed that he had killed his father and tied up his mother. Jesus.
Man, people are fucked up.
Police surround Giersdorf's home and then called in, which is Giersdorf's father's answered and came to the door. Albert Werner of the Upper Pottsgrove Township Police Department told ESPN that he believed the initial call came from Europe.
Well, it's VoIP, so, like, you're never really going to know.
Swatting has had lethal consequences in the past. Andrew Finch, 28, was killed in 2017 as police responded to a 911 prank call from California about shooting and kidnapping at Finch's home in Wichita. Authorities said Finch, who appeared to have no connection to the prank caller, was shot by Wichita police officer. Oh, good Lord.
That's not cool.
Tyler Rye Barris of Los Angeles pleaded guilty in November to a total of 51 charges stemming from phony emergency calls he made, including one count of making a false report resulting in a death. Jesus.
Oh, come on.
Barris agreed to serve 20 to 25 years in federal prison as part of a plea deal, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Central District of Los Angeles. Good Lord.
That's just not right. Can we all just go with totally not right?
It's a fucking game, people. It's a game.
Well, but this is what they do, right?
But you don't have to send the fucking SWAT team to the poor kid's house.
You don't have to.
I mean, what?
That's the
Excuse
problem.
me, the rich kid's house.
Well, the newly rich kid's house.
Yeah.
That bugs.
Fuck.
That really bugs the crap out of me.
Me too. Like that's crazy. Like I can't imagine like police just show up because of a fucking video game.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous. But if it's happened 53 times in Los Angeles in the last couple of years, then at least LA cops know what they're doing about it. But fuck.
Well, and this guy, I mean, think about it. This guy is the world champion.
Yeah, he's the dude.
So if he's the world champion and he's getting swatted, I mean, you know, this is the downside of fame, I suppose. But yeah, that's like, you know, that's just how it is.
Motherfucker got swatted.
He got swatted.
That's so bad. So bad. That's terrible.
I don't know.
Don't do that to people.
Yeah, don't
send SWAT to their house if they didn't do anything.
Attention, children. SWAT teams are a little bit high strung. Don't send them to your game friend or enemy or frenemies house.
I'm sure the kid killed you
just
like
don't.
hundreds of times, but you know what? Get better at the game.
Yeah, get better at the game. Come on.
Like, and I'm sure the kid has the fastest shit known to man now. You know, like he's probably got a badass machine.
Yeah.
Fucking runs Fortnite all super ass.
I'm sure.
Fast like a motherfucker, and he's on the T1 line or some shit, you know?
Wow, are you dating yourself? T1 lines, not very fast.
Not anymore.
Not even a little bit.
That used to be, they were like 1,000 a month. Remember that?
Right, and that was for 1.5 megabits per second symmetrical.
And I remember downloading the Star Wars Episode 1 trailer off of a T1 line.
Now you're making me feel old.
Going, wow, this is fast. And it was like, it wasn't even like 240p. Like the trailer was smaller than 240p, I think.
Wow.
But we were still looking at it like, whoa, this is dope.
You're like, dude, oh, wow. That's amazing. What else you got?
Oh, there's plenty of stuff.
There's always something. You know, we've done so much news of the weird.
Buttigieg wants to give internet to all rural Americans. Well, good for you, Buttigieg. You're not going to be president, but good for you.
Doesn't everyone want to give the internet to all rural Americans?
Like Andrew Yang wants to give everybody $1,000. I say fucking, I'm voting for Yang, man.
Okay.
$1,000 a month, he says. Universal basic income for every American.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
That's not enough money. Okay, that's not enough money to do anything, though.
It's enough to do some stuff, for sure.
It's not a universal basic income. $1,000? Are you kidding me?
$1,000 per month?
$1,000 a month is... Oh, okay. I thought it was $1,000 once, and I'm like...
Oh, no. Per month.
Oh, okay.
And he wants to take it out of Amazon and Apple and all these big tech companies.
I don't think it works that way.
I think it can work that way if you fix tax laws. Amazon didn't pay dick for tax last year.
Yeah, fixing tax laws, not exactly something that we've done well. The last time we messed with a tax law, it kind of made things worse.
But it can be done.
No, there's a big difference between it can be done and it's a good idea to mess with. Like, big difference.
I don't know. Yang has got my vote. Yang gang, bitches.
Well, when the primary comes, we'll see.
He seems to be the smartest guy on the whole platform, like on the whole thing. Bernie just keeps throwing up the same shit he threw up last time.
Bernie's a machine.
It's just the same stuff, though, over and over and over again. He doesn't have, like, anything new to say.
That's correct.
And so, like, that's not exciting.
It's not exciting.
But, I mean, I love Bernie. I mean, he got my vote last time. But, like, this time, I don't think so.
Yeah, but newsflash, being the president shouldn't be exciting. What it should be is grueling and difficult and pensive and jarring. What it shouldn't, I mean, I'm sure it has its moments, but at the end of the day, I would like to think that being the president is mostly like being an EMT, in that most of EMT's days are like boring and routine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are like, you know, there are a few moments of abject, total concern and panic. Now, I'm exaggerating, of course. It's nothing quite like that. It's going to be somewhere in between. But I shouldn't have to hear or think about the president every single day. Right? Like, if the government is doing its job, I should not need to pay that much attention to the presidency or the Congress, for that matter. That is the purpose of being...
If you remember during Obama, like, they mentioned his name maybe once a week, like, on the news and stuff, and it was like, President Obama signs pact.
Well, unless you were listening unless you were listening to Fox News, in which case he was a Muslim
all the time
who didn't deserve to be in office.
But if you notice, like, normal news channels didn't bring up Obama all that much, and like
no,
that's what you
didn't.
want. That's what you. No, that's what you need.
They totally
you
didn't.
need somebody who's doing a great job, so they don't have to report on it all the fucking time.
No, you're absolutely right. So I don't know.
And until they went after Clinton with Zippergate, they didn't bring up Clinton all that much either.
Zippergate.
First, it was this healthcare thing, and they would talk about that, and so Clinton was the one trying to get Obamacare, what it's called now, passed a long fucking time ago.
Right.
And he almost got it. Like, he was like this close.
Yep, that's true.
He had cards all printed up, and he's like, everybody's going to get a card, everybody's going to get healthcare. And then they fucking shot him down like Chinatown. And then they started going after the white water and all that other bullshit.
Okay. Yeah, but I love that people think that healthcare... I feel like Republicans haven't quite done this right. So, like, let's take Mitt Romney, for example. Mitt Romney was, unless I'm wrong, the governor of Massachusetts. Do I have that right? I want to say I have that right in my head. Mitt Romney in Massachusetts basically gave health care to everyone. He essentially did what Bernie wanted to have done. And he was the Republican that opposed Obama.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, okay, here's another great example of when somebody will take something, or when one political party does something that both political parties actually like, in order to force, basically in order to force somebody onto the wrong side of an argument. So here's the one that I can think of. English as our national language. Right?
Right.
Now, neither party thinks that English should be our national language. At least they don't think, they shouldn't think, at least, that English should be our national language. Like, at the end of the day, I don't think that the point of America or the United States is to be a melting pot. And the idea of having a national language, it should be deeply offensive to people, even like me, who only speak one language. To me, having a national language is for Germany, it's for France, right? You know, our language is not a testament to our culture. Or actually, perhaps it is. But you know what I'm talking about. Like, for example, French. France actually has a government entity whose job it is to decide what is proper French and what is not. Why? Because they are concerned about losing some part of their national, like, their national history or their culture, losing that to slang. Now, that seems a little bit overblown, but, whatever. So, English as our national language. Republicans could basically wrap themselves in the American flag and be like, English is American. And I'd be like, no, it's English. And just about everybody else would just be like, this is stupid. But, it's a great way to get nationalists to just get totally upset. Like, yeah, I hear Spanish everywhere, and that upsets me. It shouldn't. Who cares? Don't we all have better things to do? I don't know.
Wendy's district manager Edward Helger had sparked outrage for bashing his employees and the town of Wareham, Massachusetts.
Okay.
When a customer complained about poor service, Helger said it was hard to hire good employees because the town is full of talentless drug addicts.
Yeah.
Helger said, not an excuse, but the town of Wareham has little to no talent pool to hire from. Most are recovering addicts, and we cannot hire them. Wareham is a small town of 22,640 people, and Massachusetts is one of the top 10 states with the highest area of drug overdose deaths, including opioids. Wendy's released a statement saying Helger's comments are inconsistent with the company's values.
Okay.
Locals have also expressed their outrage on local Facebook groups, saying the restaurant was poorly run, filled with roaches, and understaffed.
Understaffed? What else?
I apologize for your experiences at this location. Not an excuse, but the town, blah, blah, blah. We can't hire these drug dealers.
We can't hire these idiots. We've got our own idiots. Where's the beef?
Here's the district manager talking about it. The Wendy's looks old.
Who cares?
It does say now hiring right there on the sign.
Right there on the sign. It's right
But not
there.
junkies. It's to say now hiring, but not junkies.
Yeah.
Like junkies stay home.
Yeah, you're totally not allowed to be a junkie.
At Wendy's?
Fuck if I know.
Nobody would work at Wendy's in Albuquerque if you couldn't hire junkies.
Okay, that's frightening and probably true.
It's totally true, but they want money just like everybody else.
Well, yeah. That need money and... Ugh. I don't know. The whole thing frightens me. I feel like it would just be a bad thing to work at Wendy's, both because the money would suck, and then you'd have two problems, three problems actually. You'd be poor, you would have a drug habit, and you'd work at Wendy's. Like
Woohoo!
all three things at the same time can't be
Yay,
that great.
Wendy's.
Exactly.
You probably get a discount on food. No, just throwing that out there.
Right. Well, okay. Then you also have a third problem, which is you're being malnourished while eating fantastic amounts of calories, which will eventually make you fat.
Fantastic calories.
Ugh. Yeah, no. Ugh. Anyway.
So now Trump has said something that Jeffrey Epstein's death is a conspiracy.
Okay.
Trump needs to just stay away from Twitter. Like, how does he still have a phone to tweet with?
Well,
They, like, the second day, AIDS took Obama's phone and were like, no, fuck you. Like, we're not dealing with this.
well, clearly the president has the right.
And then they gave him a phone back that all it does is text. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can text back and forth, you can make phone calls, that's it.
Right.
That's what they did for Obama. And you know what? It was a great fucking idea. And then so all of this stuff that he tweeted that was official came from the POTUS account, and somebody had to do that. So he had to direct the tweet to those people before he could do it. Trump
Right.
just tweets whenever the fuck he feels like he's taking a shit at 3 o'clock in the morning. Ah, goddamn Epstein.
Yeah, but I mean, again, different strokes, right? So, I don't know.
Our president shouldn't be allowed to tweet. All I'm saying.
Should
He's making himself look awful like every time.
Yeah, I don't know. What else you got?
Trump says he's losing as much as $5 billion being president. Oh, sure.
Yeah, you always
My
been,
nuts. He's not even worth $5 billion. Like that's why
he's
he doesn't
never
want his
been worth $5
fucking
billion.
tax returns.
Not a single time has he ever been worth $1 billion.
He doesn't want his tax returns out because he's worth like $90 million. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing.
He's richer than me.
Well, yeah. I mean, 90 million is no slouch, but it's no
but-
$5 billion.
Okay, can we all just agree that like, yeah, can we all just agree that like, the president has never had a real rationale when it comes to numbers. Like, if the one thing you know about somebody is when they say a number, that number will not be accurate. There are people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm convinced that Trump goes out of his way to be wrong in cases like this, but that's my opinion.
Something tells me this is clickbait from Forbes.com. But
No, it's real, but it's about 3 weeks too late.
Microsoft issues serious Windows 10 upgrade warning.
Yep.
Windows users, stop what you're doing, because Microsoft has issued a critical warning across all versions of its platforms, including every version of Windows 10.
Yep.
And told users they must act now. Oh, crap. I haven't acted.
Oh, it's terrible.
Posting in its security response center, Microsoft told users that it has discoverable 2 critical remote code execution vulnerabilities, which are wormable. This means that it could be weaponized to launch malware that jumps automatically from PC to PC, spreading across the world without any action from the user, and there are potentially hundreds of millions of vulnerable computers. In a statement, Simon Pope, Microsoft's director of incident response, confirmed the vulnerabilities affect all supported versions of Windows, including server versions. Da, da, da.
Da, da, da.
Back in March, Microsoft pegged Windows 10 numbers at 800 million. In addition to this, Pope confirmed other affected versions of Windows are Windows 7 SP1, Windows Server 2008 R2 SP1, Windows Server 2012, Windows 8.1, Windows Server 2012 R2.
Yes, this is the RD. I want to say it's the RCE exploit that allows a worm to essentially through RDP, through Remote Desktop Protocol, RCE, which is remote code execution, can be done on computers which are unpatched.
It's best to act immediately.
Best to act immediately.
Meanwhile, the nature of these vulnerabilities sound familiar. They should. Microsoft admits that they are similar to Bluekeep, an issue so severe that it led to government warnings in June. In fact, ZDNet is already labeling them as Bluekeep 2 and Bluekeep 3.
Okay, they shouldn't do that.
So patch your PCs and spread the word.
Not the same thing. Don't...
Update Windows, god damn it. Do it now. Stop everything you're doing.
Do it now.
You must stop everything you're doing.
You must stop everything you do. Now.
And update the Windows.
Update your computer.
My computer's set up for automatic update, so it probably did it by itself. Just guessing.
The answer is automatic update is something that you should be happy that you have, and you should check it whenever you think, am I up to date? And if you do both of those things, you'll be just fine. It's that simple. Nothing else to say on the matter.
Kelly Ripa says her daughter, Lola, secretly altered her prom dress.
What?
The girls are fully on display, says Kelly Ripa.
Who the fuck is Kelly Ripa?
Anybody who calls their boobs the girls, I don't take seriously.
Oh, okay.
Anybody.
I missed that part.
Her daughter's name is Lola Consuelos.
Fully on display, huh?
This comes from people.com, so the ad blocker is
daughter
doing some
Lola
overtime here.
Secretly altered her prom dress. The girls. Wait, are they
fully on display?
Are they really talking about her boobs, or are they talking about something else?
I'm guessing they're talking about the boobage.
Okay.
Kelly reflects on the moment she first saw her daughter's dazzling emerald gown with a revealing V-neck. Kelly Ripa's daughter, Lola Consuelos, took full creative control of her prom dress, leaving her parents a little surprised by the finished product.
Is this somebody famous that I should know? Because I don't.
You know Regis and Kathy Lee?
Yes.
Kelly Ripa took over for Kathy Lee.
Okay.
And so it was Regis and Kelly for a long time.
Okay.
And then now it's just Kelly and Michael Strahan, I think.
Okay.
But same show. It's a morning show.
Okay.
It's boobalish.
I mean,
I don't think it's awful. Like,
wait a minute. But so it's the daughter of the chick that's on Regis and Kelly?
Right.
Except without the Regis?
She's Kelly.
Okay.
And so the boobs are out a little. I mean, she's got more boobs than mom. Maybe that's the problem.
Is this the best worst news we can come up with?
For her senior prom, the 18-year-old worked with a tailor to design a custom emerald gown featuring a V-neck and a high leg slit. But Ripa revealed that her daughter secretly made some last-minute alterations to the dress without telling her or her husband, Mark Consuelos. Whoa.
Okay, Kevin. Can we get like
major boobage?
I feel like even unaltered that like the girl herself has boobs the size of her head. No, really. If you take a look there, the boob and the head are actually the same size.
Major boobage.
So, I don't think any amount of modification on anyone's part is going to change the fact that
it comes on my Google For You news because Google's like, you know, you like the boobs.
Kevin, you love the boobs.
Kevin, you like the huge boobs, don't you?
You gotta, yeah.
And celebrity boobs, even if they're one off the celebrity. How many degrees of Kevin Bacon are we?
I don't know. Kevin Bacon has undoubtedly been on Regis and Kelly, so I'm going to go with
1 degree.
Yep. Now, was it during the time of Regis and Kathy Lee, or was this actually while Kelly was on the air? So the question is, it's either 1 or 2 degrees of separation.
Those are 2 very big degrees on display.
Yeah, they are. They sure are.
Whoa.
What?
This is an interesting story.
Claps back at the male music executive. Okay. Let's see. Let me show the people.
BB Rexa claps back at male music executive who said she's too old to be sexy.
Yeah, that's a very bad thing to tell anybody.
This sounds like such a fake story. Like, people just want people to listen to BB Rexa, I think. BB Rexa is 29, and according to her, she's already being labeled as too old to be sexy.
Okay.
Uh-huh. On Monday, the singer-songwriter posted a black and white photo of herself in bra and panty on her Instagram account.
Kevin, can we please not cover this? I mean, just please. Got it. Okay. This is why we got kicked off of that.
She's pretty sexy.
We got kicked off of that video streaming service. They're like, you're broadcasting porno. It's like,
this isn't porn. This is on CNN.
Right. There's nothing pornographic about CNN.
I recently had a male executive tell me that I was getting too old and that my brand was confusing because I'm a songwriter and I post sexy pics on my Instagram. That's not what female songwriters are supposed to do, especially for my age. I'm 29!
Yeah, says who? Fuck that.
I'm fed up with being put in a box. I make my own rules. I'm tired of women being labeled as hags when they get old and guys label them as sexy with age. Anyway, I'm turning 30 on August 30th, and you know what? I'm not running away from it.
That's
I'm
right.
just going to lie about my age or sing songs. I'm not going to lie about my age or sing songs.
I was about to say, I hope you got that backwards.
They'll sell better because they sound younger. I'm going to celebrate my age because you know what? I'm wiser. I'm stronger. And trust me, I'm a much better lover than I was 10 years ago.
Right.
Ooh.
Bam.
Throw it on ya.
As with all things, experience counts, I guess.
She's pretty sexy, by the way.
Got it.
So whatever they're saying is bullshit.
Well, yeah. Who cares? Like, so what? What else we have, Kevin?
It's National Vinyl Record Day. Oh, that was yesterday.
Okay.
Roku channel is adding 5 free live channels today. That's nice.
Okay. I guess I have a Roku, but I haven't thought about it in a while. It's been a long time since I've paid very much attention to Roku. Not because it's bad, but because Apple TV seems to work better.
Google Pixel owners can claim up to $500 in a class action lawsuit? What the fuck?
$500 if they've actively been denied. And keep in mind, the word claim here is not a small thing. They can claim it. It may or may not actually happen.
This comes from Engadget.
Yep. All right. What about it?
You'll have to meet specific criteria for the large payout.
Correct.
Google's settlement over faulty Pixel microphones has largely cleared the gauntlet, and it's now time to make a claim. Though how much you get depends on how well you qualify. The tech giant is offering up to $20 to any U.S. resident who bought a Pixel or a Pixel XL made before January 4th, 2017, and didn't receive a replacement made after January 3rd of that year or refurbished after June 5th. That's true whether or not you suffered from the mic flaw. To get any more, though, you'll have to put in effort. You'll have to provide documentation to show that you experienced the issue. You'll receive $350 if you can prove that you were hit by the mic flaw on one phone. Or $500 if you dealt with the problem on multiple handsets.
Okay, so in order to make the $500 cut line,
you got to prove it. And you had to
you
have
to,
two phones.
You have to prove, well, no, you have to prove that you actually told the company more than once, had a phone replaced more than once, and then more than once suffered from the same issue. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say almost no one will get $500. Just straight away. That's just how it is. What else you got?
This is fucking interesting.
Yes.
I'm loading the page.
Uh-huh.
Delta passenger gets flight all to himself.
Okay.
And shares epic video of personalized experience. When was the last time you boarded a flight and discovered that you had a whole row to yourself?
Yeah, he's just some guy.
How about having the whole plane to yourself?
He's just some guy. Look at that.
That's the position director and collegehumor.com alumnus Vincent Pione found himself in flying Delta Airlines flight from Aspen, Colorado to Salt Lake City en route to New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport last week. Naturally, the New York-based director who told Washington Post that his solo flight most likely resulted from rescheduling documented his rare experience and shared a video on social media Monday. That looks like an awesome experience, the airline said. Thank you for the shout out, and we truly appreciate you choosing Delta.
Yeah, and the moment that tweet went out, the response was, then the CEO picks up the phone and is like, who the fuck am I going to fire? Because that is a pretty impressive logistics failure.
The plane was seriously underweight. Cue sandbags. A cart pulled up alongside the plane and ground crew workers loaded enough weight to allow the plane to take off. Wow.
Well, yeah. Planes that carry people are not designed to be flown empty. Like
I
downright.
arrived at the airport, which is a very tiny airport, and at the desk they were like, I don't know if we even need to make the announcement because it's just you, Pione told the Washington Post, and I was like, oh no, do the announcement.
Yeah. Like, why the hell not?
Everyone really enjoyed playing along. In Pione's video, the gate agent handing the boarding announcement addresses him by name and does the flight attendant during the safety announcement. Ooh.
Wouldn't it? So even better would be, no. I'm in boarding group D, okay? So I want you to call the executive, platinum motherfuckers first.
Yeah.
Okay? Then I want you to call the, and then it's pre-boarding, the disabled people and the elderly and what have you. And then Group A, and he's just sitting there like, Now call Group B. Call Group B.
Pione confirmed that he was told that he could sit anywhere he liked.
Whoa!
I was tempted to try to set a record and sit in every single seat for 2 minutes on the flight so I could actually sit everywhere. But I didn't feel that ambitious, he said.
Plus, I didn't want to disobey the crew's instructions, which would be to keep your seatbelt fastened at all times, unless otherwise instructed by a member of our crew. That's ridiculous. It's kind of amazing that they have enough sandbags on, just straight up around to be able to do that.
I was looking for pictures of him, but
There's just
Twitter
one.
says like the pilot was hot. They're like, oh, who's the pilot?
All right, who cares?
Who's the pilot on that
Who
one?
cares?
That's kind of cool though.
Pretty cool.
Epic video. I think it's pretty cool when I'm at the movie theater by myself.
You do that a lot.
I did it twice yesterday.
Oh, okay. All right. Now it's time for the part of the show where Kevin gushes about. So, okay, you know how like you go if you are me, all right. If you're me and you go to the salad bar, they are making money hand over fist. If it's an all-you-can-eat salad bar, and like I'm the motherfucker that shows up at the salad bar, they're like, yeah, we're gonna make more than a little bit of money on this transaction.
Right.
Now, Kevin, I'd say, I don't know, you probably don't gorge yourself at salad bars.
Not really.
Not really. So like you probably are about a push, right? You probably eat, it's just whatever, $7 or something at like super salad. You probably eat about $7 worth of food, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. And then there are people like, mind if I rag on your parents? No, I won't rag on your parents. Then there are people who go into salad bars
and look at it as a challenge.
Yes. And they're like, do you dare me to make this a loss for you?
Yeah, I do that with the movie pass.
Now, that's what I'm getting at. It's exactly where I'm going. Now, this motherfucker on your screen, this motherfucker has figured out that the Netflix model for movie theaters, if you have limited money and unlimited time, is
it's not unlimited time, but
it's close enough if you went twice in a day.
Several times I've been.
Oh Lord, Kevin. So this motherfucker, downright, straight up, unapologetically, makes this the losing end of the salad bar argument for every movie theater that he sets foot in.
Okay, now this is cooler than the old movie pass used to be.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, old movie pass always had a limit of one movie per day.
Yeah, how terrible.
And when you first started, you could repeat showings of movies, but then after a while, they stopped that. So you couldn't go see Avengers twice. You know what I mean?
Which is stupid. If there's a seat...
I'm saying, like, dude, most theater seats are empty most of the time.
Right.
Except for maybe Fridays and Saturdays. Like, almost all the time, there's an empty chair, at least one, more like 50 empty chairs in every single theater, right?
No doubt.
So, like, if they're just putting a person in the seat, like, that's what you want to do, you know what I mean? Like,
right. No, I completely agree.
But yes, as far as ticket prices go, I'm destroying them. Like,
well, but you realize that you are maybe the 1%.
Oh, I'm sure.
The other 99% are still paying the same amount of money that you are.
And that maybe went to see one movie, and if they go see one movie, then Regal just made $10 on you.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly my point.
But since I got the pass, which is only on the 4th.
Okay.
Which today is the 13th, right?
Uh-huh.
I've seen Yesterday, Spider-Man Far From Home, Stuber, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, It Part 1 re-release, Booksmart, Brian Banks, The Kitchen, Toy Story 4, and The Lion King.
So you're telling me you watched...
I believe that's a total of 10 movies.
You, aside from Avengers, you watched every major Hollywood release from the entire summer in 1 week.
Just about a week.
Wow.
So that would be $130 in tickets minus the $22 it costs for the thing. I'm up $108 just with my pass.
Yep.
But I did see stuff that I wouldn't necessarily pay for. So, I mean, you got to factor that in there, too.
Well, so there's this rule in economics where if you artificially lower the barrier to entry, in this case, the cost of admission, What happens is that free resources are overconsumed, which is what you just described.
Yes.
What you just described was a world where people... okay, so for example, if you know that the emergency room is free for you, you will overuse that resource. Okay? If healthcare is free, it will be overconsumed.
That's a theory, for sure.
Well, at least the emergency room is the best example of that theory playing out. We don't have free healthcare, so we have no other example for it.
Right.
It's like, give me a counterexample. I'm not saying we shouldn't have free healthcare. I'm saying when the barrier to entry drops to near zero, resources tend to become overconsumed. That's one of the kind of founding principles of economics. Assuming we're talking, traditional economics where you have a supply and a demand curve like that. That's called supply-side economics, by the way. And it's only one theory of economics. But it is straight away the most common theory of economics.
Alex Bonilla, 49, took revenge to an extreme on the man that he told police he had caught cheating with his wife in May. According to the TV station, sheriff's deputies said Bonilla entered the house in the town of Bell, firing a gunshot and forcing a man into the bedroom, where he tied the man up using scissors, cut off his penis.
Oh!
When she ran away with.
That is
Later
not
that day,
okay.
Deputies arrested Bonilla at this place of employment. His bond was set at $1.25 million.
Yeah.
The family of the victim declined to comment and said through the sheriff's office the victim was doing well medically. Yeah. With no penis.
Yeah. Sans penis.
Lorena Bobbitt strikes again.
Again!
Wow.
Ugh, that hurts my heart.
It's pretty instant karma if you're cheating with somebody's wife. Wait a second. Snip, snip.
Snip, snip. Ah,
Okay.
fuck!
Go about your day.
Go about your day. Yeah, nothing to see here.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, your male pendulum need not apply.
Snip, snip.
Snip, snip, motherfucker.
Just a couple inches off the top, eh?
Just a little off the top. Like a military barber. Oh.
I think of that scene in Big Lebowski where they're like, yeah, we cut off your Johnson.
Oh, man. The Austrians, they just always sound excited. Ah, we cut off your Johnson.
This says, keep up with us here. On August 1st, identical twin brothers Andy and Chad Baker of Nashville, Tennessee were on their way to the annual Twins Day Festival in Twinsburg, Ohio.
Okay.
In their identical blue Tesla Model 3s. When an Ohio State trooper pulled them both over for having identical license plates reading SUBJTO.
Oh, that's funny.
The brothers patiently explained to the officer that the plates are, in fact, different. In one, T-O is spelled with a 0, and the other, it is spelled with a O.
They're like, we weren't breaking the law. Ha ha!
Nobody likes getting pulled over by police. We were both nervous, but it's a great story when we tell it over the weekend to all the twins in Twinsburg.
They're like, we're so clever.
Motherfucking Twinsburg.
We're so clever.
We're going to Twinsburg.
Go to Twinsburg as twins in twin
with
cars.
With our twin cars.
But actually,
I'm wearing my romper.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I'm wearing the tweed socks.
He's wearing his romper and tweed
He's wearing
socks.
his romper and tweed socks.
Can you tell us apart? Can you tell us apart?
Can you? Dare ya? Okay. Oh boy. But so the real benefit to this story is that everybody hates that guy who's like, well, actually, and then, corrects you on stupid shit. You realize These guys actually were able to, actually a police officer. And that's the true beauty of the story. You get to go, well, technically,
That's a 0.
That's a 0, and that's an O. I'm sorry, officer, but you clearly don't know the difference between a 0 and an O as evidenced by your pulling both of us over. Thank you.
It's been a hot summer in Europe. Among those suffering was an unnamed 66-year-old military veteran in the small southeastern French town of Les Arcs-sur-Argens, who had been complaining for several weeks to his landlady, Maurice Malin, 71, about the lack of air conditioning in his villa. That may have well been why, the local reported, he shot the sweet, kind, caring lady. Well, she's not sweet, kind, and caring if she didn't get fucking air conditioning. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, damn right.
Shot her 3 times, killing her. Malin had agreed to install air conditioning, but told the tenant it couldn't be done until October.
Oh, lame.
Dude's like, fuck you, the jail has air conditioning. Pow, pow, pow.
He's like, pow, pow, sweet relief. Oh, thank you.
Pew, pew, pew.
Oh, it's terrible.
2 men in Antwerp, Belgium, felt the heat on July 24th. Hey, that was my birthday. When they accidentally locked in a shipping container full of cocaine in a huge port there. That day, temperatures reached a record high of 104 degrees Fahrenheit, stifling the 24 and 25-year-old who had entered the container to remove drugs, quote unquote, according to prosecutors. As the mercury rose, they desperately called a police emergency number, and when police finally found the two hours later, they gratefully gave themselves up. Port workers were videoed pouring water over the pair to try to lower their body temperatures. Oh, good God. We just, we went in there to, retrieve the drugs. Yeah, that's right. That's why we were in there. No, I don't do coke.
No, me?
This is my twin brother Crack.
Absolutely not. I freebase. Come on.
See, his name is specifically spelled Crack, and my name is specifically spelled cocaine.
Correct. 2 different things.
Completely different.
Couldn't be more different. In the same way that flour and bread are not the same thing.
His cocaine is spelled with a 0.
Yeah, his cocaine is spelled with a 0, and my A in crack is spelled with an @ sign. It's like totally obscure and stuff. Lead speak.
And a product expansion move that inspires one to shout, "Stay in your lane!" Oscar Mayer announced on August 1st that it was entering the dessert category of its ice dog sandwich, an ice cream sandwich with cookie buns surrounding bits of candied hot dog meat and spicy mustard ice cream. Oh, Jesus Christ. United Press International reported the company partnered with New York Ice Cream Company to create the confectionery treat Bonus. French's announced the day before the creation of its own mustard-flavored ice cream with Cool House.
That's just... No.
We can get to more news of the weird later. That was just a quickie.
Oh, no.
Ice cream hot dog.
Yeah, no.
I bet you that guy who got his hot dog cut off wishes it was made of ice cream.
I bet he did.
I'll take an ice cream hot dog.
I'll take anything. I'll take
a corn dog.
I'll take a corn dog. I'll take corn puppies. I'll take hush puppies.
I'll just hold this Coke can here and make it look like I have a penis.
Poor guy. That's really not okay.
Yeah, well, don't cheat on somebody's wife, man.
I know, but...
I don't know if the punishment fits the crime there. It's kind of horrific.
No, I'm sorry. I don't think there is such a thing as a crime where mutilation is acceptable.
Yeah.
Straight up not acceptable.
What if they cut off Epstein's dick?
Again, mutilation is cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah.
It does happen to be banned by our Constitution, and for really good reason, because there are a lot of ways to do shit with, like, 2 people that were done in the past that simply should not be done. It doesn't matter to me where you fall down on the death penalty issue. There is a spirited debate to be had as to whether or not the death penalty is a cruel and unusual punishment. There is no debate about whether or not mutilating a person let alone mutilating their sex organs, would constitute cruel and unusual punishment. Like, there's no debate there.
Whitney Cummings has a message for the people attempting to extort her for a not safe for work photo. Joke's on you, the comedian writer revealed on Twitter. Foolish dorks are trying to blackmail her over a topless photo she accidentally shared on social media a few months ago. The people took screen grabs, are trying to get money from me. Some have said they've had offers to sell to them. Some are asking for money not to post the photo. They must all think I'm way more famous than I am, but I also must think I'm way more easily intimidated than I am. The former Roseanne showrunner then posted the photo in question, adding, "If anyone's gonna make money or likes off my nipple, it's going to be me. So
Fuck
here
yeah.
it all is, you foolish dork."
How do you like that? How do you like them apples? Huh? How do you like them?
That's fucking awesome.
That is great.
I had read that a couple yesterday, but I figured I would share it.
That's great.
Yeah, Whitney Cummings is a comedian. She's fucking hilarious.
That is pretty great. Like, okay, here's my thought on the matter. No, Kevin, I don't want to. No, that's just a clip from Netflix, and that'll get us pulled down.
Oh no! I was looking for the nipple.
Of course you were. See, this is why we can't be on Mixer, because their stupid programs are going to be like, that is pornography. It's not pornography.
God damn, Twitter is a fucking mess.
Of course it is. Like, that's what the Twitter does. Oh, well.
Brett Kreischer says, "I stand with Whitney. Hey, Whitney Cummings. I hate what these dorks tried to do to you. Here's an embarrassing picture of my testicles after I fell on a water slide." That's Bert the Machine Kreischer, everybody.
The Machine.
The Machine.
Who absolutely has the greatest 25 minutes of stand-up I've pretty much ever seen.
He's like best friends with Whitney, so.
That's beautiful.
Right.
Here's an embarrassing picture of my testicles. That's the funny thing about naked men. Like, unless you're an underwear model, I don't think there's anything incredibly, like, inherently attractive about our genitalia. At least women have elegant genitalia. Right?
Oh, there's the nipple.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Kevin, stop it. I'm not putting that on the air.
You don't have to put it on. I just wanted to see it for myself.
Good. Glad you got that out of your system.
Today's version of ADHD Radio is brought to you by Whitney Cummings' nipple.
'Cause it's great.
Also brought to you by Twinsburg, Ohio.
Twinsburg, party time, excellent. Is that my hint to, like, wrap it up?
Yeah, I think that's all for today.
All right.
Unfortunately, I have crap to do today, but
that's all, folks. See, doing shit like that will not get you pulled off of YouTube. However, if I were to actually pull that B-roll and, like, put it down to the bottom of the thing,
they'd be like, copyright.
Ooh, copyright.
Copy Nazi.
You could be the most unoriginal bastard in the history of history and not have any issue with copyright violation. That bothers me. However, the moment you make derivative work, because computers aren't smart enough to figure out the difference between derivative work, which, by the way, is covered under fair use, between derivative work and original work, you're fucking gone. I hate that. All right, that'll do it for ADHD Radio. We're out. Pig in a piece, motherfuckers.
Later.